Hey Internet, Eric here. Gonna dive back into the Ninja Turtle series. I started discussing the series a long time ago, and it kind of just fell on the back burner until recently for one of our "Please Don't Make Me Watch" series that I do with my wife, where we make each other watch films that the person really doesn't want to watch. We did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, and it kind of gave me the fire to dive back into the series, discuss them all, and get it done and over with until the next reboot apparently is coming out. So today, I mentioned I discussed part three a few weeks ago. Today, I'm going to discuss part four. It is in continuity, the 2007 CGI animated TMNT. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you, whatever. Um, like I said, this is in continuity. You find out at the end if you look closely. Um, the plot of this one is I don't know how many years after part three it is. Probably however many years it is in reality. Splinter has sent Leonardo to South America, Central America, one of the two, to find himself, continue his training, something like that, because I don't know why, really. So while he is gone, the rest of the turtles back in New York have given up crime fighting. Well, two of them have. Raphael is now a vigilante as the Night Watcher. He dresses up in armor, defeats the bad guys, keeps that stuff going. Michelangelo has now got a side gig as Cowabunga Carl. He dresses up literally as a giant turtle, goes to kids' birthday parties, and Donatello works online in the IT department, helping people with their computers. What happens is we're now following a man named Winters, voiced by Patrick Stewart. Um, and this has got an interesting voice cast. Voiced by Patrick Stewart, and you find out he was a warlord from 3,000 years ago who was granted immortality by opening up a parallel dimension, and it released 13 monsters into the world, and while that happened, it turned his soldiers into stone. Eventually, what happens is he finds a way to bring the soldiers back to life. They're still stone, and if he can capture all 13 monsters, he can bring them from stone to flesh or something like that. It's weird and convoluted. And then, of course, it's up to the Turtles and Splinter and April O'Neil and Casey Jones to stop him. Um, okay. As much of a mess as Turtles 3 was, I was able to find some good, but it was really, really boring for the most part if you watch that video. This one had a lot of fun with. Really enjoyed it. Took a little while getting used to the way the turtles looked being CGI, but I really liked it, even though the plot was super far fetched. But if you've actually watched the cartoon or read any of the comics, this is nothing new. Um, Patrick Stewart is Patrick Stewart. I really liked him as Winters. He is this really tough looking businessman, short, to the point. He's going to stop at nothing to get these 13 creatures or whatever. Um, Voice acting is really on point. I like whoever, I don't know who did the voices of the turtles, but they're really good. Leonardo is still the stern leader who has everything on his shoulders. Michelangelo is still goofy. Donatello is still the nerd. Raphael is still the grumpy badass. And that dynamic still works here. Raph and Leonardo are always at each other's throats. And it's great because in this, we actually get to see them fight on the rooftop. Leonardo's going after the Night Watcher. No one knows who the Night Watcher is other than Casey Jones. And Leonardo wants to stop him from being a vigilante because that's still crime. And then he finds out it's Raph, and then all the frustrations go on each other in a really cool fight on a rooftop in the rain. The CGI is great. And that's what I want to say before I get to the other voice actors. The CGI in this, like I said, once you get used to the looks of the turtles, um, it's great. I like the idea that it's CGI because it allows the turtles to do a lot more stuff than a man in a suit could do. You have them falling through buildings. We're following them as they're jumping off the buildings, following the monsters. The martial arts in this are so much more amazing. Even fucking Splinter gets involved in the action. It's great. So the fact that it went from live action to CGI was a great improvement here. Um, the other voice cast, Chris Evans, Captain America, is Casey Jones. He's kind of a dork in this one. He's not in it as much. He's in it more than he was in part three, but he's just kind of a dork. annoying. Him and April are apparently a couple now, and the biggest change in this is April O'Neil, voiced by Sarah Michelle Gellar. She's okay, but now she's obviously had some fucking ninja training because by the end of this movie, when the shit hits the fan, and it's the Turtles and Splinter fighting the Foot Clan, who was hired by Winters to protect him. They have Casey and April fighting alongside them. She looks like she's right out of fucking Kill Bill, and she's got the katana sword. She's taking out Foot Clan left and right. Hard to believe, but who fucking knows because of how long it's been in between movies. Just roll with it, I guess. But I don't really care too much for their characters. They did change it. April's no longer a reporter. She's now doing. She looks like she's an explorer. I don't know. And I didn't like her and Casey's relationship. It was more cartoony, I guess, for a better use of word. But overall, the voice acting is fine. Lawrence Fishburne is a narrator. Why the fuck not? And Splinter is voiced by Mako. Now, if you don't know who Mako is, Conan the Destroyer. He's the wizard. He is in Sidekicks, the Chuck Norris movie. He's the dude that trains Jonathan Brandis. So he's got a really cool, teacher type, Asian voice, if that makes any sense. So it's a really good voice. The only problem is there's no picture of him here. Splinter looks horrible because he doesn't look like a rat. He looks like a fox. Even my daughter pointed it out. She's like, "Who's the fox?" I said, "That's Splinter." I thought Splinter was supposed to be a rat. That type of thing. The only thing that makes it look like he's a rat is he's got the tail. So I don't like the way Splinter looks here. However, he's fun. He's really good at giving the philosophy like he does in every one of these movies. And then it's good to finally see him in the action, like actually kicking ass. So that was cool. Shredder's obviously not in this one because Shredder was killed at the end of part 2. But we are finding... you find out it's his daughter, like in the comics and stuff like that. But Karai, I believe, is the new leader of the Foot Clan. Badass, short and sweet to the point, very good on honor. So like she sticks up for working for Winters when eventually the Stone Soldiers turn on Winters. So the characters are good for the most part. Turtles are great. The action is great. I like the soundtrack. It's a lot of cool. The score is really cool, really powerful in parts. And then I like a lot of the music. Like one of my favorite scenes is what happens is the Foot Clan is capturing all these monsters because you find Winters sends the monster gets all 13 monsters together because the planets come into alignment or some stupid shit. And what happens is you have all 13 monsters open up the portal. Shit happens. So you have the Foot Clan capturing all these monsters for Winters. And there's one scene that I really like is when Raph is dressed up as the Night Watcher. And he's in a restaurant, like in the kitchen area, and there's this little crazy monster. It reminds me of like a little bit of like a gremlin, because he's insane. And as Raph trying to capture this creature while shit's happening to him, to a cover of Black Betty, the Ram Jam song. That's fun. It's not as great of a song, version as the original, but it's still fun. It fits into the fast-paced action. Like I said, there's not much of this movie I don't like. There's like a burp joke, which is stupid, but again, kids movie. At least there's no fart jokes. I know that happens in the next one, the reboot, but then in the following one. But yeah, there's a burp joke. Whoop de fucking do. The action, like I said, is really really fun, especially this final battle sequence between hundreds of the Foot Clan against 4 turtles, April, Casey, and Splinter. And it's just so fast paced, so great. I love the animation in the background, like the hundreds of the foot looks really good. Like I love the way the Foot Clan is animated because there's a scene where Karai is standing, and she's got foot here and foot here, and she just points to one direction. Hundreds of feet, but Foot Clan soldiers run in that direction, and the animation looks flawless, really really good. The monsters, the way the monsters look, super creative. You have one that looks like a mixture of like a Sasquatch, but he's got a horn. You got the little gremlin creature. You got like a gargoyle. So the creativity is really cool there. I like how the foot accidentally captured Leonardo, thinking he is one of the creatures, and so obviously that's why it doesn't work, and the turtle's gotta rescue him. That's really cool. We have our obligatory Raphael apologizes to Leonardo scene. We've seen that a million times, but it works here. Um, yeah, like I said, Michelangelo's not too goofy, but he's still fun. Donatello's not too much of a nerd. He's fun. Raphael is still the hard ass, but he's likable. Leonardo's really cool in this. Like I love the scene where Leonardo's coming back home from Central or South America, and it's this plane flying over the ocean, and of course the landing gear pops out, and suddenly landing gear comes out, and there's Leonardo standing right there holding on to it. He looks like a fucking badass, and he dives into the water to swim into the sewers and everything. So that's a lot of fun. Um, to prove that this is in continuity with 1, 2, and 3, after Winters is defeated or goes away, or however you want to say it, the turtles keep his helmet, and there's like a little trophy case, like not really a case, but like a cabinet maybe, and Splinters puts it on the shelf, right next to Shredder's helmet, the TGRI capsule that the ooze came in, and right under the helmet is the fucking what you call it, lantern or whatever, the stick that they went back in time with. So this is in continuity. This is part 4. So honestly, that's all I have to say. Highly recommend this one. It's a lot of fun. Um, a lot better than part 3. Do I prefer it than part 2? Maybe in parts. I don't know. But like I said, once you get used to the way the turtles look, I'm glad they use CGI because you can see so much more. The voice work is fantastic. Other really than Casey and April, and their characters kind of suck, but who cares? Don't like the way Splinter looks, but I love his voice, so 50-50. Had a lot of fun with this one. Has replay value. Good if you have kids. Good if you're an adult, other than the burp joke. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Oops, like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Comment below. Tell me what you think about this one. I will be diving into the reboot soon. As of this upload, this is being uploaded on a Wednesday. You have 2 days to send in any and all questions for our Two Bearded Losers anniversary episode that will be filmed this Saturday. You have until this Friday to send any questions to the Two Bearded Losers Facebook page or Twitter. Anything you want to ask me, anything you want to ask Frenzy about us personally, movies, the show, stupid ass questions, send them in. We'll read them out, give you a shout out. It's been a great year with that show. I'm very excited. But other than that, I'm just going to say cheers. See you in the next video.